Welcome to Sunshine Art and Drawing. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw Peppa and George Pig. So stay tuned and you will see exactly how to draw them step by step.
Hello, sunshine.
So first things first, you're going to need some supplies. I've just got some simple drawing paper, an eraser, you always need an eraser, a pencil, and just a marker. So this is just like a regular marker. You don't need anything special. You can just use any old marker to draw with. So you could use this one. It's like a Crayola super chip, anything. It just helps you do the thick lines once you're done, and it will make it look a lot more like the cartoon, and then it'll be ready for colouring. So having a look at Peppa Pig's shape, best idea I came up with is to draw kind of like a number 6, a little bit laying on its side, so a kind of sleepy number 6. So let's start from the top, and we're going to draw kind of a sleepy number 6 who's leaning over a little bit. And when you get to about there, instead of joining it up, we want to add the other part of her nose. Now this doesn't have to be perfect because we're doing it in pencil to start with. We can make this neater a bit later. So just drawing your basic shapes of what you want. So that would probably go to there, and then you've got your nose and your face. Now Peppa Pig has 2 little dots on her nose for her nostrils so she can smell. She also has 2 cute little eyes, so we'll pop these in here, and don't worry if they're not perfectly circular or if they don't look all round. We're just making the shapes in pencil for now, and we can erase any mistakes and neaten it up afterwards. And then she also has a cute little rosy cheek, so that's probably about there, and then also a little smiley smile, so we'll pop that there. So we've got her sort of basic face. It isn't perfect, but we will neaten it up. The next part we need is her lovely ears, so we'll pop those up here. Looks like one kind of goes behind her eyes and one goes in between, so we'll pop in her little ears. There we go. And also she has a dress, and that one's really easy. It's just kind of like a bit rounded square, so you make the top parts a bit rounded to make her dress, and then make sure it's long enough. And then that's her dress there, and she has a curly tail, and that's done by making a loop. So you go loop, and that's her curly tail. And her feet and hands are quite easy, so her feet are just 2 lines for her legs, and then a little shoe for her foot, and we will make this nice and dark in the marker in a moment. And she also has her 2 arms, so it looks like one of her arms is kind of about here. I think it's supposed to be on this side of her body, and the other arm is like that. And if you want, you can put something in her hands, but I'm just going to do her fingers. Now, by the look of it, they have 3 little finger spots, so let's erase that extra one because we just need 3. And that is Peppa Pig. That's all you need to draw her. She's actually quite a simple character, which is really good for when you're starting out drawing and you're not sure. So drawing something quite easy and simple is good practice. So let's do it with the marker now, and I'm going to try and make it neat. So we're going to work really slowly with the marker. And try and round her out a bit as well. Like that. And then we'll make her nose, and we will add her lovely little snout, and we'll put in her 2 little nostrils. There we go. See how I neatened it up here to make it a bit more round, because that's what she is in the picture. So that's why we draw in pencil first. It makes it easy for when you go to do your line art, you can make the line art look nicer. And then we will do her eyes. Don't worry if they're not perfectly circles, that's okay. That's something that you learn over time, how to draw circles neatly. One trick that I have to draw a circle, if you're having trouble getting it to be like nice and neat, is to do some practice circles in the air above the paper before you start. So I usually do say 1, 2, 3 and then I touch the paper, and because your hand is still going around in a circle, your brain is able to go, ah, that's what I need to draw, and you get a pretty good circle. And we'll pop in her ears, one there and one there. Don't worry if you go over the lines, that doesn't matter. And then we'll pop her dress in. And I'm going to pop it to there, and then I'm going to leave a little gap so I can draw her arm. And we'll do the line across the bottom to do the bottom of her dress. Now in this, her arms are a little bit thicker, and if you want a thicker line and a marker, you can lay it on its side a little bit. So see how that makes it thicker, and then I can give her the thin little fingers, and same with this one at the back. Make it a bit thicker, and then her 3 little fingers. And then same for her legs. So I'm going to lay it on its side to give me a nice thick line for her legs. And then draw in her little shoes. I think her shoes are black anyway, but I'm going to leave them white there and then we can colour them in. And her tail. And that's a swirl. So now you have Miss Beautiful Peppa Pig. And we can erase the lines that we did in pencil. That's why I have the eraser. And there's your Peppa Pig, looking all cute and adorable. You can give her some thicker lines for the outlines. By the look of it, her head has a thicker line, so we can make that a bit thicker by putting the marker on its side. And that will give you this kind of thicker outline for her face. And the same with her snout or her nose. And there are a couple of things that are black on her, so we can use the marker for that. Now her eyes, these are her pupils and they are black, so we will make those black like this. And her little snout nostrils, those are black like that. And then her shoes are also black, so we can do her shoes and colour them in. There we go. And that is Peppa Pig, looking all cute and sweet. Let's draw her little brother. Now he is very similar to her. He has the kind of number 6, but we're going to do this one a little bit backwards because I want him to face her. So if you want to draw it backwards, we're going to do a lazy 6, but a backwards 6. So I'm going to make him sitting a little bit shorter than her because he is her younger brother. So we're going to do a lazy number 6 again, but backwards. So come across his head up here. I'm going to try and make him looking up at Peppa Pig. We'll have his snout and then his nostrils, and there we go. And then his eyes are here. He has an open mouth, so we'll do that and we'll give him a bit of a mouth. I think he has teeth too, so we'll just put in some teeth. There we go. And he has a little cheeky cheek too, but he has a round body because he's not wearing a dress. He could probably wear a dress if he wanted to be honest. It wouldn't matter a bit. Clothing is just that, it's just clothes. And then we'll give him his little swirly tail. And he's sitting on the ground, I reckon, so we'll give him his feet coming out here and then up for his little feet, and then his other foot up here, and his arms. So we'll put one arm up that way and the other arm there, and his 3 little feet. Well, they would be hands, I think. And little ears. Looks like his ears are a little bit further back than hers. So one above here and one kind of back here. And his pupils. And we should put something in his hands. So maybe we'll put his little dinosaur toy. So I'm going to try and draw that. It's like an S shape. So we'll start with an S. I'm going to go over where his hands are because when we do the black texture, I'm going to make it look like he's holding this and he's giving it to Peppa. So we're going to go up, and it's like an S shape. And then there's like the mouth of the little dragon. I think it's a dragon, maybe a dinosaur. And we'll come down here and we'll fill out this S shape. There we go. And then it's got little spikes that run all the way down his back. Spike, 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 spike. And he's got little feet as well. Does he have hands? Yes, he does. So it kind of goes more up like this, because that's the part where his hands go. I'll have one hand and two hands. There we go. And he has two little eyes here and some teeth. Chomp, 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 chomp. And I think we have drawn our little dinosaur toy, and he's giving the toy to Peppa. So let's do it with the black marker now. So we're going to come down here. Do the circle for his little snout and the two nostrils. Give him some nice eyes. And his pupils. And his little cheeky cheek. And his mouth. So his mouth is kind of this way because he's kind of looking at Peppa Pig. So I'll try and make his mouth look right. And then he has some teeth. So I think what they did is they just kind of popped some lines like that and then did the smile again. So that looks like teeth. And let's do his body. So his body is very round, but we want to leave a gap there for his arm and a gap there for his leg. Oh, that was a bit wonky, but that's okay. Wonkiness is what makes it yours. And we'll put his leg and his little shoe, and his other leg and his little shoe. And this just makes sure that the leg is on this side of the body, so that you can tell that that's his arm. And we'll put these on this side, and I might move this arm to be over there, so that he's holding it from the other side, but you wouldn't be able to see his hand because it's behind the dinosaur toy. So I'm going to draw in the dinosaur toy. We'll leave the little gaps for where the hands are. That will be there. And when we erase it, we won't see that arm. So if I erase it now, it'll probably make a bit more sense. There we go. And we need to put in his mouth and the back of the dinosaur. Put in his legs. There we go. And give him some teeth. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Chompy chomp teeth. To put in these little dinosaur spikes. So I'm going to try and do these neatly because it didn't really matter in the pencil, but I would really like these to be neat in this drawing. So I'm going to work carefully, put lots of little spikes so he's nice and spiky, and then we're going to remember the darker colours for him. We're going to do his nostrils. Ears and his tail. Oh no. Let's do those. One ear, two ears, and his spirally tail. And that is George Pig. So let's erase those lines. I've forgotten. I think his little feet. I forgot to colour in his toes. So let's do that. And then I might make his face a little bit thicker. Just because, oop, that was a little bit wobbly. That's alright. It's no big deal if it's wobbly. That just makes it look a bit more darker. So there you go, you've got George Pig and Peppa Pig. Let's pop their names down. So for Peppa Pig, we will write Peppa, so it's P E A, Peppa, and George is G E O R G, it's a little g this time, and then E, George. And that's how you draw Peppa and George Pig. I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks so much for watching. I love you all. Have a sunshiny day. Bye.